Fam over.
Fam, what's good? What's good? It's your boy Thou, FamOverTV. I appreciate everybody tapping into the channel, showing love, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing, stopping by, whatever you're doing. I appreciate it. These videos are for entertainment purposes only. Viewer discretion is always advised. Salute to everybody on this good Monday. Hope everybody feeling good, good energy around, good love around, man. We got some good content to check out. I ain't seen y'all in a few days. We back on it. Salute to everybody in the building already. Make sure y'all hit that like button for me. The boss lady, Angela the Dial, is in the building. Red Cap. DJ, what's good? Buddha, what up with you? Salute to everybody. Jinn S, what's up? We're going to wait for a few people to fall in, then we'll get started, y'all. We'll get it rolling. We'll get it rolling. It's been a lot going on, man. Still a lot going on. The shutdown is still happening. We got helicopters crashing. We got military, I don't even know what. I think it was like some type of warehouse with ammunition in it or something. I don't know, but exploded. It's crazy, crazy, crazy. It's a lot going on. Michael, what up with you? Midwest, what up, fam? Salute to everybody. Bang Boogie, what up? We'll wait for a few more people to fall in, then we'll get started, y'all. We'll get started. Make sure y'all hit that like button for me. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. How everybody feeling on this Monday? Say you lost your phone? Damn, I know how that can be. You know, phone like a wallet now. Phone got everything. The phone, you handling everything off the phone. I already know how that can be. Losing a phone is like down there losing your wallet. For real. He said, yeah, losing a phone is rough. I swear it's rough. We got a few people in here now, man. Let's go ahead and get it started up. I know people will get to falling in as we start. Let's go ahead and get it going, y'all. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Let's grow.
You know, I'm being a little cute. I don't think there's anything going to get me in heaven, okay? I really don't. I think I'm not maybe heaven bound. I may be in heaven right now as we fly in Air Force One. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to make heaven. But I've made life a lot better for a lot of people. And, you know, as an example, had the election of 2020 not been rigged, you would have millions of people living just in Russia, Ukraine alone. That would have never happened. And it didn't happen for 4 years. And I knew Putin very well. It was the apple of his eye. All the things I've said would have never happened. We had an incompetent administration. We had an incompetent president. And because of a crooked election, millions of people are dead. And by the way, the Israeli thing was much harder to get settled because of the past administration. Okay?
Damn. My boy Trizzy said he don't know if he gonna make it to heaven. Shit. Trizzy know he done did some dirty shit in his life. He like, man, I don't know if I'm gonna make it to heaven. But hey, man, Tavina was good. ATD shoes. I can't believe he just said that.
At this moment, I think we just cracked $18 trillion in commitments and investments in our country. As an example, the last administration was far less than $1 trillion for 4 years. We're at plus $18 trillion for 8 months.
President Trump is directing Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth to use all available funds to get our troops paid on October 15th as the government shutdown nears its third week. After the Senate...
I told y'all he was going to do whatever he can do to pay those troops and probably law enforcement. He gonna make sure they get their check.
Failed to approve spending legislation this week. Military members were preparing to go without their paychecks on Wednesday for the first time in U.S. history. To scrounge up enough money to pay the troops, the Pentagon is tapping into its research and development accounts to use funding that Congress made available for 2 years, according to a OMB official. Specifically, about $8 billion is being shifted from accounts that fund military research, development, testing, and evaluation efforts, according to two people familiar with the plan.
President Putin and I have had an open channel of communication regarding the welfare of these children. For the past 3 months, both sides have participated in several back-channel meetings and calls.
What? Melania speaking? I ain't never heard Melania get up to the podium and speak. And she talking about she been talking to Putin and they had a line of communication. They got Melania working now? Man, I ain't never seen her get up there and talk, y'all. Yeah, it's definitely it's a new day. It's something going on for sure. They got Melania up there talking.
All in good faith. We have agreed to cooperate with each other for the benefit of all people involved in this war.
I want to start with you, Mr. O'Brien, but first let's just do a little bit of context. We are here to diagnose the issue. I think that's diagnose the problem. That's the title of the hearing. So let's just take a look at what the problem is that's staring us right in the face, which is the rise of these giant corporations like Amazon, for example. The biggest corporations in the history of America, the biggest corporations in the history of the world, the richest corporations in the history of the world. They're making money like we've never seen before, but they don't want to pay their workers. A lot of times they don't even want to have workers. They don't want to have American workers. Look at Amazon. Here's their net sales and net income. In 2024, Amazon's net sales topped $600 billion.
Damn.
$637 billion to be exact. Their net income doubled from 2023 to 2024. Doubled. Their CEO is getting paid, let me make sure I get this right. In 2024, Amazon's president earned $40.1 million in total compensation. 40.1. The previous year, he'd earned merely 29.2. I mean, that's an unbelievable, that's great work if you can get it. That's an unbelievable raise. Only problem is, according to their own financial disclosures, Amazon's average worker, average employee worldwide is making $37,181.
Man, that's some bullshit right there, man. Motherfuckers is so greedy, man. That's how you see. It's right in front of our face how like greed just control everything. Like that ain't right, man. But you know, some of these people at the top, they don't give a fuck about the lower class and the people who's really working and grinding and living life every day and everything. They don't give a fuck. As long as they getting their 40 million, 50 million a year or up and whatever, they like, man, I don't care if y'all make 16,000 a year. Fuck them. That shit wrong. Like, what? Y'all making billions and billions of dollars. And then y'all trying to replace, y'all don't even want to pay the workers. Y'all trying to replace them with robots. Y'all act like y'all can't pay them. Y'all can't afford to pay the workers. Y'all want to get robots now and everything. Like the world crazy, man. For real. E-Lux, Meaty, what up?
$37,181. So that's a C-suite to employee ratio of 1,078 to 1.
You can see it right here. No blood on anyone's hands. Weird things being passed off. Bizarre. Absolutely bizarre. So I'm not willing to say this is nefarious, but I am willing to say nobody tried to save his life. I'm 100% confident in that. I can watch it right here in front of me. And then the question is why?
Well, I've seen the blown up videos of them when they're taking.
So that's kind of a big, I know you talked about this too, Ian, about how none of those people have blood on them and there's supposed to be blood everywhere. So what do you make of that?
it was such a.
Now that's crazy, because the way that blood was gushing out his neck we all seen the video, and you seen when it happened how it was just spraying everywhere. Like, for nobody to have no blood on them when they was helping him, yeah, that's kind of suspect right there, for real. I don't know. For real. Action Jackson, what up?
Great point that he brought up, and he was referencing his other friend's channel that is also ex-military. He brought on, like you said, Sticky Green Beret, who was a combat medic. So it's really cool to see the decentralized information space kind of bringing experts around these different problems to solve them and having complex conversations. And I saw this obviously and was like, well, that is an incredible point, and that's extremely suspicious. And then just today, I watched a video by Gary from Paramount Tactical that I wouldn't say debunks this by any means, but it certainly helped to sort of argue the other side of the story from an expert take that does not feel biased in any way. And Gary did not make the claim that, like, for sure debunk. He just was saying that, like, basically he, with a dummy that he uses for training bloodshot or gunshot wounds.
Hey, man, Charlie Kirk might be somewhere on the island right now sipping a pina colada, y'all. Chilling. Laughing like, man, we tricked them again. We didn't trick the American people again, man. Solo, August. What's good, Jennifer's Network? What's up with you? I ain't seen you in a minute. Good seeing all y'all. Cause it's too much, like, it's just too, like, that whole Charlie Kirk situation, man, that's still kind of weird to me, man. I don't know, y'all. I don't know.
He showed on a dummy with a blood packet that has a tube that squirts how he would treat the wound, how he would pack it, how much blood he got on his hands when he was doing it. And just basically to show that you wouldn't necessarily expect blood on everybody's hands, but at least on the guy who is treating the wound. And there's only one hand that we didn't see in that video. It's the balding gray hair guy in the middle with glasses are on all of them. And it's his right hand. That's the only hand we didn't see. So we are to believe that he treated this gunshot wound with only one hand. And then the point of it being an artery is also very relevant, that arteries spurt blood all over the place. So the only way that the artery is not spurting blood all over the place is if the heart is not beating, which is possible with the amount of damage done to Charlie's spine, apparently, based upon his posturing as he falls over. It's called decorticate posture, where he kind of turns his hands inwards and sort of freezes up. That does indicate such significant trauma to the spine and brain, not by my understanding, but by experts that are analyzing this. That could stop the heart and maybe have blood not spurting out of the artery. But you're starting to get a lot of conditions that are all sort of like a little bit of a stretch that all have to come together for this footage to show no blood on anyone's hands except maybe one hand. Kind of weird. So people have diverted into two theories around this. And one is this, like, the conspiracy that it's all faked. Charlie's not dead. It's all staged. The whole world is staged. Nothing's even real. It's like, yeah, I'm not buying that at all. But I'm listening to them, but I'm not buying it. Or at least I'm not, assigning any certainty to that at all.
Shit. I got my doubts. I'm definitely buying it. I don't know. I'm more leaning towards it was stage side than it would happen for real. Cause I seen the video, you know what I'm saying? The video had me though. I thought it was the real deal. I'm like, oh yeah, man, they knocked they knocked him down. But then after seeing all these other videos coming up and seeing like the after effects and like no help, no paramedics, no blood around, none of that type of, I'm like, oh yeah. Then with all the AI tricks and videos they can do now and everything, I don't know. I'm leaning more towards this was a whole nother play. That's just me. That's my opinion. Entertainment purposes only.
But then the other more sort of like, obvious question here is, did they attempt to treat the wound at all? And I think that, I'm going to watch the experts, these military guys, debate this more over the next week as they go back and forth in videos. But I think that we have some pretty serious questions about that security team, which my understanding is that Turning Point USA and Charlie Kirk had actually bought that security company a couple of years ago, and that security company has a lot of ties to a certain foreign nation. I'm not making any specific accusations about them. I don't know what the story is there, but I think that we're onto something when we ask about that footage from behind, because seems a little suspicious.
Well, it's just amazing that they're not releasing the autopsy. We know they had to have done an autopsy because an autopsy is required by law. So I'm sure they would do that. But why not release it then?
Right.
Describe the building.
Right. They won't even release the autopsy because they know it ain't even one. They probably it's just too much, man. Too many red flags about that, man.
Let's go.
Y'all heard about this warehouse military explosive? I guess it's like a warehouse that held military explosives and everything. It blew up.
It's the most devastating scene that I've seen.
It's kind of crazy. Like, why all of a sudden it, like, out of all this time, all these years they've been operating everything, something go wrong now for it to blow up. Kind of make you think, like, with everything going on, like, I don't know if this was a play too. We don't know. We might have got attacked and don't even know it. They ain't gonna let us know. For real. Vesta Angels.
You could hear the explosion from this house 12 miles away. These aerials show the devastating impact at the scene. It happened shortly before 8 Friday morning at Accurate Energetic Systems. Debris scattered everywhere, with flames on the ground and smoke in the air over burned out vehicles.
They say this was an accident, but when a military plant blows up overnight, how is that an accident? I'm confused. Do y'all notice every time something big go down, the people that you're supposed to hear talk the most be the most silent? I be trying to understand, like, why y'all niggas not talking now? This explosion was not just a random accident. I don't care what they talking about. Look at this shit. This happened at the Accurate Energetic System, a plant that happens to make explosives for the U.S. military, y'all. Now, multiple people is presumed unalive, and 19 other people is missing. They said this blast was so powerful that first responders couldn't even go into the building. That's crazy, fool.
I mean, I imagine it would be like a massive explosion because it was a military plant. I guess they were storing military explosives or ammunition or something. So of course it probably did blow up kind of crazy. But like, I just don't understand it. Like, what was it, a mistake? Was it a human error or something happened? Something electrical or something? Like, how right, how does this happen?
And here's where it get weird, y'all. They said a secondary explosion went off long after the first one. Like it was something in there they didn't want to get found. So they're calling it a workplace accident. So why do they have the ATF there and all these other law enforcement there locking down the area? You ask me, if this was just a factory fire like they say, it wouldn't feel this controlled or wouldn't feel this quiet. Sometimes it's not about what they tell you happened. It's about what they'll never admit.
Right. Exactly. It's about what they not gonna tell us. So we probably will never know what the real thing is behind it, but definitely condolences to those who lost their life, their families who lost their life, and those who got injured in that crazy incident. Much love to them. Then we got helicopters dropping like this. This crazy right here too. Anthony, what's good? Kip. Hey, when I first saw this, I was like, no, that ain't real. This got to be AI. But it turned out it was real. There's a whole bunch of different angles of it. People filmed it and it happened. And I definitely thought it wasn't real because I'm like, damn, it didn't even catch on fire or blow up or nothing. It just went down. But if you're looking at it like with the damn times we in right now, I'm like, man, I don't know, is this real or not? It is real. Damn.
Hey, get in, get in. Get in. Métase there. Hey, Joe, come in. Get out the way.
Damn. Man, that's gotta be scary right there, man. Prayers up to everybody that was involved in that. I don't think nobody lost their life, but I think everybody that was in the helicopter was injured, and I think the helicopter like kind of fell on a little boy too. So that's crazy, man. Much love to them, man. Crazy times, y'all. Crazy times. This year been so damn crazy. I ain't never seen this many incidents happen with like aircrafts, like with helicopters, planes. We in October now. This year done went by so fast. But man, think about how many planes and helicopters and all these, man, just think about all the accidents we done had. With incidents, I ain't even gonna say accidents because I don't even know if they accidents. This shit been crazy. Think about all the planes that went down, all the helicopters that went down and everything this year, y'all. It ain't never been like this. It's crazy, man. Salute to everybody. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it rolling. Keep that algorithm jumping.
We're gonna experience our first Civil War ever. I know we all heard about it in school, but now we about to go through one too? Nah, fool. I can't be the only one looking at this shit like, bruh, how the fuck is this possible? Did you really think you would see a Civil War in your lifetime? I'm not gonna lie, y'all. That's a lot of things I thought I wouldn't see in my lifetime. But it's happening. The Texas National Guards just pulled up in Illinois, y'all. Strapped up, boots on, backpack ready, locked and loaded. So you got the government saying, oh, it's just a deployment. But the people in Illinois is like, nah, no, it's not, fool. We didn't tell y'all to come your ass over here. Y'all just pulled up because Donald Trump said y'all could. This is an invasion. We don't want y'all over here.
Damn.
How the hell is this possible? You got military trucks pulling up. You got American soldiers on one side from another state. And then you got American soldiers from another state on another side.
Hey, a lot of people is against it. They don't want the military and National Guard pulling up to these, violent areas and cities and everything. But I've been seeing a lot of videos of everybody talking about thanks Trump and all that for sending the National Guard and military to Memphis, because they said Memphis done slowed down. They said motherfuckers been slowing down there, killing each other and all that violence and everything because they got them troops and that National Guard on feet on the land walking around down there. And it didn't slow down a lot. I've been seeing a lot of videos. People like, hey, at first we was against it, but I'm glad he did it because it slowed down now. Motherfuckers thinking twice before they go outside and get to spinning and doing some crazy stuff. For real. Money, what's up?
What? The Illinois governor is saying the same thing the California governor said. This is unconstitutional. This is not right, fool. You don't gotta take my word. Go look at the videos. You can see the tension. This shit crazy, fool. You had one video where the Chicago PD were getting treated like civilians. They were getting maced in the face. I just can't believe certain shit like this is happening on U.S. soil.
The Jinn races, many of them look like lizards. Literally. And as a result, if their frequency enters into people and occupies that person, they create that barrier all around. And that's their way of masking themselves, where they create a frequency and they look human under certain sounds, and under their excitement and stress, that veil is distorted at times, and people all of a sudden see something they shouldn't be seeing, because that creature is trying to keep a veil of.
I believe this, y'all. I believe there are different things walking among us that look like humans, but they're not humans. You know what I'm saying? He said the Jinn are lizards acting like humans. So they probably taking, or I wonder if that's like, do they take over like human cells, like a human body, and like kind of like possessed, like possessions type shit, like a person being possessed and walking around? Is it like that, or
Who they are. So it's a manipulation of energy that Allah is giving in Surah Al-Yasin. That we create a barrier in front of them and behind them. There's not a physical barrier because everybody recites it. But they don't think from the world of malakut and the world of light. That what are these barriers? That one, if you believe, Allah give you permission, recite. And with belief, this barrier comes up, they don't see you. The barrier behind comes up, they don't see you, you are now masked. Like a transparent system.
B Harvey, what up?
Did y'all hear about the McDonald's in Germany that was serving people human meat for 7 months and nobody found out until one of the employees found a wedding ring engraved in one of the meats? Yes. So at this McDonald's, the manager wanted to cut costs so they could make more profit. They started to purchase their meat wholesale from a local meat supplier. The meat supplier was way more affordable and it just made sense for the company. One day when one of the employees was a 19-year-old employee named Emma, she was literally preparing burgers. She found something hard inside one of the burgers. She pulled it out and it was a wedding ring engraved "Forever Yours, Anna 2018." She told the manager and the manager called the police immediately. The police did an investigation and turns out the meat was human meat. The local meat supplier that McDonald's had switched over to, that local meat supplier was literally in business with a corrupt funeral home owner, and that funeral home owner was literally selling him those bodies. And the local meat supplier was also taking the bodies from the funeral home, and he was just taking homeless people off the street that had nobody checking for them. He would mix 70% real beef.
That's crazy work. And I seen other videos of people talking about that situation. And I seen one video when a guy said people, they was actually liking the meat. They was like, oh, this is good. I'm like, oh my God, man. It's a cold, cold, cold world out here, man. Damn. All the speculations we be thinking too. Like, I wonder, you know, it's crazy because there's been so much evidence of it's really happening. Like they've been saying, they've been finding human DNA in some of this meat and some of these fast food joints. It ain't just McDonald's either. But, you know, sometimes we just want to just hear it and be like, yeah, whatever. I don't believe that shit. But I don't know, y'all. Hey, you just better be careful, man. You better be careful. For real. Richie Banks, what up, fam? Amber, what's good? Oh my God.
Go ahead, hey.
So I was looking for somewhere to sit while my dog just played in the yard. And I was like, oh, that tree splits perfectly right there. And I was like, huh, I've never seen like a trunk split perfectly like that ever. And I start looking around and I'm like, okay, here's another one that's a little bit weird. Like these are just so like interesting. I've never seen a tree do that. Like this one all looks like one clump. And then I start realizing that's because this is literally the top of a tree. This is the top of the tree. There is more to the trunk is not right there. That is not how a tree grows. That is how a tree separates. Look at this. That's what you think you're looking at. That's not what that is. That is two split. That is the top of a tree. It ends right here. This is the end of it. I'm telling you. This is one tree that goes all the way down. And then look. That's exactly what they look like.
Yeah.
Those little trees.
That's
see that fall? It's confirmation. That's what a trunk's supposed to look like.
I believe it though. I mean, you know, some trees probably do the bottom of it, the roots and everything probably go way further into the ground, because just think about all the shifts we done had in the world. Like, you know, shit, stuff getting built over, the mud floods, all that type of stuff and everything. Like, I believe it, you know. I believe it.
Look at this tree. Here. Split funny. Look at this one. That's like literally the top of a tree. It ends right here. What do you mean? That's like asparagus. That's literal asparagus. And look how it branches. That's not how trees grow.
Right. Kirk, what's up?
Okay, wait. And look at this one. This is what drew me. And I was like, I'll sit right here. And I was like, trees don't do that. And I said, how did this big old damn tree grow like this? And then I was looking. When I used to draw pictures of trees, I used to put the little squirrel nut hole thingy in the middle of the tree. And then I'm looking at this mother. Look at, he's peeing on it because he knows. This is one tree. Look at that. That's not I see a root right here, but this is the branch of another tree. This is a branch. Branches do this. Branches.
Is this, think about, if that is true, which I think probably is true, think about how big that tree was, y'all. Think about how big that damn tree was. Man.
Do that. This is what they want us to think we're looking at. Those don't even have roots for real. That's a tree. Like, that's a huge ass tree, and it probably has roots deeper than what we think too. But these are not that. Okay, now look at what I found the first time I come here. Come here, pumpkin. Come on. This is wild. I'm not a fan of believing that's just regular old concrete. Look at, what would cinder blocks have? I mean, I know those are for the path, but no, the other stuff was not. Oh my gosh, I'll have to upload the picture, but I found it. You can't see it anymore. Hold on. This is what that last clip looked like. And this is what I seen earlier today when I came out here.
Wow.
It's so wild, and I'm not saying nothing is a fact, nothing is incorrect. I'm just saying I know what energy feels like, and I know when spirit's chatting, okay?
Now, I'm going to casually mention to you something that's very scary indeed, and tell you what the alien agenda is. And it's going to sound very familiar. The alien agenda is the complete takeover of this planet, the killing off of 5, 6 to 7/8 of the world's population by the year 2029. U.S. military has known about this for 45 years. They've told no one. As far as I know, I'm the only person standing before a crowd talking about the alien agenda, secretively.
Hey, thinking about it, the alien agenda might be tied in with the 3-eye atlas and all that type of stuff. Just think about it. They might be saying all this stuff and everything, but it might be all correlated somehow, some way, y'all. You know, and I ain't trying to scare or, you know, do no fear mongering and none of that type of shit, whatever. I'm just saying though, like hearing that and then seeing how they trying to roll it out to us. They've been talking this alien shit for so long. Especially this year. It didn't came out heavy this year. And they still ain't really just released all the info on it and everything. They still just been bird feeding us and everything with it, man. But it's kind of crazy.
This is Jekyll Island, where in 1910, representatives from the Rockefellers, Rothschilds, Morgans, and other private bankers gathered secretly to draft the legislation that would create the Federal Reserve. I found it revealing that in the same year the Federal Reserve was founded, 1913, the Internal Revenue Service was also established. An income tax was then instigated so you and I would have to pay the politicians' debt plus interest to the bankers.
The problem is we have a privately owned central bank system.
They set the system up a long time ago for us, y'all. They created the Federal Reserve. They like, we gonna print the money and we gonna generate this money, but we gonna make all the people pay for it. We gonna tax everybody. They set the system up, y'all. Oh my God. It's like, and then as I'm thinking about it, like, I'm mad, you know what I'm saying? I'm upset. I'm like, damn, man, this system we all caught in the system, but like, should I really be mad at the ones who started this? Like, it actually was brilliant for them to be able to back then think and be like, yeah, let's do this and we're gonna be set for life. Like, shit, if I had the idea of back then and everything, and I had the chance to set up a system to control forever like they doing, would I have done it? You know what I'm saying? Like, I was just thinking. So I can't really, like, shit, they hustled us. They won. They beat everybody to the punch.
In the United States, disguised as a government-owned system. Now, if you look in the telephone book here in the Washington, D.C. area, you look up for Federal Reserve in the blue government pages, it's not there. It's in the white pages right next to Federal Express. It's a privately owned central bank.
Central banks are banking cartels which have gone into partnership with the respective governments in the countries where they operate. And they've been given monopolistic power over the creation of the nation's money supply.
Influencers will be the first to take the mark of the beast. And I believe that they are being primed to do it, to influence the masses to follow their lead and also take the mark of the beast. Think about how much power and influence these people have. And yet, like, celebrities are cool, and I also believe that they'll play a big part in this. But influencer culture and how, honestly, they've risen to the A-list celebrity of life, they are going to downplay the mark of the beast. It's going to come out and they're going to say, oh, everybody's going to take it. Everybody's taking it. They're going to create ads for the mark of the beast. I'm going to show you.
And they're going to make it seem like it ain't a big deal. Some of them going to create jokes about it. But they going to be the ones who going to be rolling it out. The streamers and the content creators, like the famous ones, the top streamers and everything. Watch. He right about this one. And it's going to work. Because all the damn sheep and the people that's following and watching everything, they go be like, oh, well, shit, Kai Sinai, he went and got the chip. He said it ain't really no big deal. And then next thing you know, all the kids go be like, I want to go get one and shit. So that shit crazy. I can see it right now before it even happened.
A world that if you take the mark of the beast, your life will be exponentially better. They're also going to be offered millions and millions and millions of dollars to influence you to accept the mark of the beast. And you might think I'm just yapping, but I'm not. Revelation says that he will cause, now remember this word cause, all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or their forehead, which is worship to him. The word cause does not associate with the word force. He's not going to force people. He's going to cause them. He's going to use pawns like celebrities to get people. Imagine if a celebrity's traveling during a time where you can't travel unless you accept something. Imagine that these influencers are traveling and they're doing a stream or they're doing some type of YouTube video or TikTok video, and they're traveling and they're telling you that you can only travel if you receive this mark, or you can only get this type of car if you receive this mark, or they're just doing little small campaigns for this mark. Influencers are pawns, and they're going to be used in the last days. They're being primed for it right now. They're being given the world right now. They're being given the minds of the youth. I know the saying where it says that if your friend jumps off a bridge, will you jump off a bridge? I truly believe that all of these influences have the power to make people jump off of bridges with them. So beware of the influencers in the last days, because they will be used as pawns. Money is the root of all evil.
Yeah.
I'm telling y'all, money is the root of all evil.
And it's crazy. We talking about it, but it's gonna be people like they gonna influence a lot of people, adults too. It ain't just gonna be young people, it's gonna be adults too, you know, even though you should have your own mind and be able to understand like what's going on and everything. It's a lot of motherfuckers out here that still sleep. It's a lot of people that ain't aware, you know, or went down no rabbit holes and ain't vibing on these type of frequencies and nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? They ain't on this. You know what I'm saying? So they get influenced easily. Like he said, it's a shutdown going on, and you see them flying somewhere and everything, and they just having a good old time and like, yeah, I got my chips, man. We can go anywhere, you know, and they're making it seem like it's all good, ain't no big deal and everything. Next thing you know, they got millions of YouTubers, content creators, streamers following right behind them. Like, I'm finna go get the chip too, man, so I can go over to Brazil and Dubai and stream me some stuff too and everything. There, you know, they influence gonna be crazy, and that's who they go target. Watch, it's gonna be them top streamers and everything. They gonna use them because they the ones with the big influence right now. The rappers and like the actors and actresses and stuff like that. They didn't fell a level. The streamers, they didn't took over for real. Hit that like button, y'all. Keep that algorithm jumping. E. McAllister, what up, fam? Let's keep it going, y'all. Let's keep it going. Shit crazy.
13th day of the U.S. government shutdown, and here's everything you need to know. First and foremost, Congress is still deadlocked. There's no voting today. The next voting that's going to take place is tomorrow, Tuesday, and this very moment there is no funding deal, and there is absolutely no compromise. It's almost as though both sides inside the Senate are not talking to each other. We're now getting to a point to where this is starting to hit people hard. We're talking about federal workers and military families. Gotten to the point to where some military families are going to food banks to get food. Now, Donald Trump did say over the weekend that troops will get paid this week. He announced it on Saturday afternoon, saying that his administration identified funds to cover military paychecks. And where did this money come from? Well, according to Breaking Defense, the Department of Defense is tapping into $8 billion in unused research and development funds. This money is set aside for new weapons, weapons testing, and different kind of technologies, R&D. Trump says that he's using his authority as commander-in-chief to direct Pete Hegseth, the Secretary of Defense, to make these payments on October 15th. But this move changes the way that things are done because it's usually Congress who has to authorize said thing in order for people to get paid. They hold the purse. This time, though, it's directly coming from Trump, which is bypassing, once again, the usual process. Why is this such a major problem? Mostly because we don't know how that's going to affect the Pentagon. New weapons, testing, R&D, is it going to stop certain important programs? Meanwhile, House leaders are essentially saying that there is no reason to compromise. Mike Johnson saying there's no reason to even bring Congress back. Remember, the House is still away right now. The Senate is the one who's working to get some kind of deal done. As this is all going on, this stalemate is compromising millions of Americans who are watching their bank accounts right now, trying to figure out where's this money going to come from. And what really honestly upsets me is the fact that we put these people in power to negotiate and compromise and go back and forth so they can make the right decisions to make sure that Americans get what they need. And this very moment, everyone's just being bullish to the point to where, hey, if you guys are going to get things done, why don't we just kick you out and just put someone else new in there so that we can compromise here? Because in the big, beautiful bill, yes, healthcare was essentially gutted. Subsidies were taken out, which is going to increase the rate of everything for everyone. Democrats were trying to stop that hurt from happening, maybe bring it down a little bit so that it's not as bad. Republicans don't want to do that. How about you guys just sit down, talk it through, work out something, and get the government funded so that these people who are going through a lot right now can actually get paychecks.
Man, it's so much bullshit. Yeah, right, Anthony. Trizzy on bullshit. The Democrats on bullshit. Everybody on bullshit, man. It's just our whole government, man. Our politics over here is just horrible, man. Hey, but Red Cap, I seen you said something that I thought was kind of crazy. You said watch next election, selection, you know, whatever, be an app. I think you own to something with that. I think if they do have another election or selection, whatever, and everything, I think in about that time they will probably introduce an app. That'd be crazy, where everybody can go onto the app and vote or whatever. That you might be on to something like that, for real.
Oil is a petroleum product from Shaitan. So this has to do with Shaitan, and its byproducts are from Shaitan, and it causes great deceit and deception upon this earth. Anything made from it has a carcinogenic effect upon humanity. So this is a great difficulty, and there is no limited supply of it. All of that is an illusion. Oil is abundant and it has nothing to do with dinosaurs. So this is just a part of the facade of dunya, to make something to appear that it's limited, and therefore we're going to charge you maximum,
right,
where it's unlimited because it has no value to Allah. What is limited on this earth is gold. Gold and silver are the currencies of the heavens that Allah by mentioning them gave value to it. Gold is not from this earth. Gold comes through the heavens, the earth, the outer earth, the elements around us, and bring the element of gold within our existence on this earth. And it's come from the space and other planets, but it's not made on this earth. That has a value. So anything from Shaitan has no value and causes much difficulty, much warfare, much fighting. All wars now are based on this product that has absolutely no value with Allah. And when you use it, you create pollution. So even its use will create a fitna onto the earth, where they have the technology to make things move by water, where they say its exhaust will come out water.
Wow.
So they have the technology but they don't want to, because they want to make money from the oil.
Damn.
And the power structures that are in place now are based on oil.
Man.
So these are the fitness of dunya. Inshallah, all of that coming to an cool.
It all makes sense. That gold and silver always gonna keep value. That gold and silver gonna keep value forever. That's like he said, that's from the heavens, that's from the beginning of time. Gold and silver always been around before they even created the money system, you know. Gold and silver it's gonna stand. But that oil, like he said, that oil is plenty of it. If it wasn't plenty of it, we would have been ran out of oil, but they just keeping it and making it seem like it's limited, like he says, so they can raise the prices and everything. And that's why they so slow motion on the electric cars and everything. They still going slow motion on the electric cars, because they like, man, y'all gonna fuck up this oil money that we've been making so much paper off of all these years and our whole life. Y'all drop these electric cars and everything. Y'all gonna mess up what we doing with this oil. We ain't gonna have no much more purpose if we get rid of all the damn gas cars and all the cars that need oil and everything, you know what I'm saying? So that's crazy, man.
Parts of artificial intelligence are so obvious. You know, write your college paper for you, write a limerick about yourself.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot there that's fun and useful. But can you be more precise about what's potentially dangerous and scary? Like, what could it do? What specifically are you worried about?
Going with old sayings, the pen is mightier than the sword. If you have a super intelligent AI that is capable of writing incredibly well and in a way that is very influential, convincing, and is constantly figuring out what is more convincing to people over time, and then enter social media, for example, Twitter, but also Facebook and others, and potentially manipulates public opinion in a way that is very bad. how would we even know? The smartest creatures, as far as we know, on this earth are humans, is our defining characteristic.
Yes.
We're obviously weaker than, say, chimpanzees, and less agile, but we are smarter. So now what happens when something vastly smarter than the smartest person comes along in silicon form? It's very difficult to predict what will happen in that circumstance. It's called the singularity. It's, it's a singularity like a black hole, because you don't know what happens after that. It's hard to predict. So I think we should be cautious with AI, and I think there should be some government oversight, because it affects it's a danger to the public. And so when you have things that are a danger to the public, like let's say, so food and drugs. That's why we have the Food and Drug Administration and the Federal Aviation Administration, the FCC. We have.
He trying to play the good guy and the bad guy. Talking about, I think it's danger to, but he one of the main ones pushing his AI out fast and heavily.
We have these agencies to oversee things that affect the public, where there could be public harm. And you don't want companies cutting corners on safety and then having people suffer as a result. We should have a regulatory agency. I think it needs to start with a group that initially seeks insight into AI, then solicits opinion from industry, and then has proposed rulemaking, and then those rules, will probably, hopefully, grudgingly be accepted by the major players in AI, and I think we'll have a better chance of advanced AI being beneficial to humanity in that circumstance.
Man, Elon might be half robot, y'all. Every time he talking, every time I see him sit down, do interviews and everything, like, it's just some inside of me saying, like, man, he a hybrid. He human in here, an alien or a robot or something on the inside. Watch, it's gonna come out one day. Like, this whole time, Elon been an AI hybrid human.
What is it called? Sora? Sora. It can create entire scenes. Entire scenes that look realistic.
This is what's going to happen eventually. And this is not the right thing to say, especially about Hollywood. The idea of agencies, the idea of A&R, all of those jobs are about to be gone. And the only thing you're going to have is content creators. And the content creators are going to cut the middleman of the agency out, and they're going to go straight to the advertisers and the people that pay the money.
That's happening right now.
Is it a car? Is it a plane? Or is it something many of us have dreamed of, a flying car?
This is the first from our company's perspective. And secondly, this introduction also includes first ever overseas manned demo flight here in GC's area, demonstrating all the potentials it can do. A government's determination to coordinate all the forces to evolve the regulation together with product. That's a first factor. A second, actually give eVTOL as electric in nature, and actually this gives China a significant advantage.
If you are worried about the digital IDs that are going out all over the place, worry no longer, because they're saying next year everybody's going to implement this system. It's called the EES, the Entry and Exit System. So it's a digital biometric system that will replace passport stamps. And right now, the EU is rolling it out almost entirely nationwide, October 12th, fully implemented by April next year. So what is this? It will be biodata that is collected from each individual. That will be things like your name, your date of birth, passport info, entry entry, exit dates, facial image, fingerprints, the whole 9 yards. So if you're worried about Apple having your facial recognition, the government is about to have it pretty soon. So they're saying the system is being gradually rolled out over around 6 months, starting October 12th, and completely implemented by, they believe, April. So the UK has it, the EU has it, and they're saying that everybody is going to adopt this probably by sometime next year. So if you are one of those who are worried about the government having this information and identification, it sounds like everybody's going to have this problem pretty soon. Love ya.
Damn, y'all. That's basically the mark of the beast. I don't know how they finna do this digital ID thing. I don't know if they gonna make everybody like download an app or what they finna do. Like, I don't think it's gonna be like just like a chip or nothing like that they gotta put in you. I think it's gonna be just simple as an app, just a damn app you can download on your phone, and you gotta scan this little barcode whenever you fly or whenever you're going into different places or whatever. Or something. I don't know. I don't know how they finna roll that out, but that shit is finna happen, y'all. We down there. It's crazy we in the future like that. Like, how can we go against something like that? It would take everybody to go against it, or they go make it mandatory. How can we make them like fall back off of that? Like, no, hell no. It'll take everybody. It's gonna take the whole village. It's gonna take all of us to be like, no, no, we're not doing that. But if the majority be like, yeah, okay, it's just an app, I don't care, and they just download it, then we gonna be fucked, y'all. It's gonna be crazy. In a minute, a lot of people finna start going off the grid. I might have to go stay in the woods somewhere, man. It might be time to switch up the game, man. But salute to everybody, y'all. Stay on wave, stay positive. Don't let this stuff get to you. Protect your peace watching these videos. Keep that good energy around. Keep that love around. Keep vibrating those high frequencies. In the end, somehow, some way, we will win with all this crazy stuff going on, for real. Salute to my content management moderators, everybody in the chat. I appreciate all y'all. This your boy Thou, FamOverTV. Peace and love, health and wealth.
Fam over.